Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, Mommy's Wiz. Friends, today we are going to learn about the lesson called Forest. So friends, during the end of the video, if you like the video, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. So friends, let's get into the lesson. In ancient times, we used to live in forest. It met all our requirements for leading a normal life at that time. Nowadays, we live in cities and towns far off from forest. So, we really do not know the importance of forest in our life. It is a natural renewable resource, a habitat home to many forms of wildlife like bear, bison, jackal, deer, porcupine, and elephant, and etc. Many trees like sal, teak, semal, Sheesham, neem, and Palash, and khair, amla, bamboo, kachnar, and many other are also found in the forest. The forest also contains insects like butterflies, honeybees, and birds, which help in palliation in the flowering plants of the forest in pollination. So, next we are going to see about the structure of a forest. The plant, trees, shrubs and herbs make different layers in forest, which are described below. Canopy, the uppermost branch and leaves of tall trees which act as a roof over the forest ground is called canopy. It is the highest layer of vegetation in the forest. The branch part of a tree above the stem is known as crown of the tree. And understory. The different horizontal layers formed due to different types of crowns in the forest is called understory. The constituents of the understory can be described as follows. Top layer, it constitutes the giant and tall trees followed by shrubs and tall grasses. Shrub layer, it has many shrubs and bushes of approximately 1 to 2 meters of height from the forest floor. It makes dens at some places of forest where enough sunlight is present. Herbs layer, just below the shrubs layer occurs the herb layer of plants. It is the lowest layer of vegetation in the forest, having leafy plants. Most of the plants in herb layer have short lifespan. Forest floor plants found here are as small as mosses, liverwoods, lichens. It has many kinds of insects, worms, toads, tools, and etc. Most of the forest floor is covered with dead and decaying plant matter and animal. And next, let's look about components of the forest. The living organisms found in the forest are plants, animals, decomposers, and scavengers. The non-living environment of the forest provides nutrition, water, and carbon dioxide for the growth of plants. Green plants are living organisms are also called autotrophs as they produce food by photosynthesis. By processing nutrients, water from soil, CO2 from air, and sunlight as energy source. They provide food to all living organisms which live in the forest. They are called producers of food. Animals. Forests have many animals and they are called consumers of food. The animals which eat only plants, their parts are called herbivores. Herbs eat, whereas flesh-eating animals are called carnivores. And all animals are called heterotrophs because they depend on other organisms for food. And the next one, let's see about decomposers. Mostly these organisms are microorganisms like bacteria and fungi. They feed on dead plants and animals, and thus they are called saprotrophs. These organisms are also called decomposers as they break down dead parts of plants and dead bodies of animals into simple substance. They play a very important role in sustaining the forest. Next, scavengers. Those animals which eat dead animals are called scavengers. Example: vulture, crows, jackals, hyena, some insects, ants, beetles, termites, woodlice, maggots, and millipedes, and earthworms, and etc. Scavengers are the cleaning agents of an environment, but these are not decomposers as they do not break down the complex dead organic matter into simple ones. So, next, let's see about importance of forest. The forest provides us with a large number of products. They are out to purify air and water quality and maintain soil moisture and climate, so they are called lifeline. Forests provide many useful products. The various things which are obtained from the forest are called forest products. Forest gives us a large number of useful products. Some of the important products which we get from the forest are wood, honey, gum, sealing wax, or lac. Kachu, kata. Fruits, oils, spices, natural rubber, cork, dyes, medicinal plants, and fodder for cattle. Purpose: the most important product obtained from the forest is the wood, which is obtained by cutting down of the trees. The wood obtained from forest is used for a large number of purposes in our day-to-day life. So, forests maintain balance between oxygen and carbon dioxide. Plants in the forest release oxygen during photosynthesis. This provides all animals, including us, with oxygen to breathe and helps to maintain the ratio of oxygen to carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. That's why forests are called green lungs. If the amount of carbon dioxide increases in the atmosphere, it would result in an increase in Earth's temperature. Plants in the forest intake carbon dioxide from the atmosphere during photosynthesis. Hence, they help to maintain the right amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. So next one we are going to see is about forest maintain water cycle. The forest trees take water from the soil through their roots and release water vapor into the air through transpiration. This water vapor helps in the formation of the clouds and bring rain on the earth. Thus, forests bring sufficient rainfall on the earth. In fact, about the half of the rain which falls in forest areas comes from the transpiration of forest trees themselves. In this way, forests help in maintaining a perfect water cycle in nature and meet our freshwater requirements. So next one we are going to see is about forests prevent occurrence of flood. The forest acts as a natural absorber of rainwater and allows it to seep. It helps to maintain the water table throughout the year. Forests not only help in controlling floods but also help us maintain the flow of water in the stream so that we get a steady supply of water. On the other hand, if trees are not present, rain hits the ground directly and may flood area around it. Heavy rain may also damage the soil. Roots of trees normally bind the soil together, but in their absence, the soil is washed away or eroded. The different kinds of the plants grow together and the forest making different levels of layers and habitat for wild animals. In the absence of plants, trees, the soil will not hold water, which will cause flood and erosion. Forests provide habitat for wildlife. The different types of vegetation present in a forest provide food and shelter to animals. birds and insects which live in the forest. This makes a food chain. Food chain. A food chain can be defined as a sequence of living organisms in which one organism feeds on another. A typical grassland. A typical change in grassland. Grass. A deer eats the grass and the lion eats the deer. And a typical food chain in pond is a small fish. Algae eat small fish. No, small fish eats algae and large fish eats small fish. So the next one, let's see about flow of energy in a food chain. The sun is ultimate source of energy for everything on the planet. Green plants produce are able to harness the energy of the sun to make food. In a flow of energy in food chain, energy from plant producers is passed from an organism to another. From the producers, the energy to primary consumers, herbivores, and is then passed on secondary consumers, carnivores. Thus, producers are always at the beginning of the food chain. So, now let's see about dynamic living entity. The harboring greater variety of plants, the forest provides great opportunities of food and habitat for herbivores. Larger number of herbivores means increased availability of food for a variety of carnivores. The wide variety of animals helps the forest to regenerate and grow. Decomposers helps in maintaining the supply of nutrients to the grow plants in the forest. Therefore, the forest is a dynamic living entity. There is a continuous interaction between soil, water, air, plants, and animals in the forest. Plants can regenerate on their own. The dead parts of trees and plants, the dead and animals waste like animal dung or droppings, keeping on collecting the forest floor, decomposes fungi and bacteria degrade them into simple organic substances which are usable by plants in the form of humus. The humus makes the forest soil fertile by providing the nutrients. The animals, birds of forest, wind and water disperse the seeds of trees and plants on the forest soil. This disperse the seeds of trees and plants on the forest soil. The seeds obtain nutrients from the soil and germinate to form seeding and ultimately grow to form the forest vegetation. Forest conservation. Paper is made of wood pulp that is produced from the wood of forest trees. So, to make paper, many trees have to be cut down from the forest. If all of us keep on collecting all newspapers, magazines, books, notebooks, and etc. and send them to paper mills for recycling through a junk dealer, Kabadiwala, we will be able to save many forest trees from being cut down. Some of the other ways to conserve forests are also given below. Excessive cutting down of forest trees should be allowed by the government to conserve forest. And the next point is more trees should be planted in the forest of cut down trees to conserve forest. Paper products as all newspaper, magazines, books, notebooks should be recycled by conserving. A large number of trees are being cut down every day, and to meet the various demands of the increasing population, this is called deforestation. Following are the other consequences if forests disappear. So, increase of the earth's temperature. If there are no trees and plants, there will be no photosynthesis. So, no CO2 of the atmosphere will be caused. This will increase the level of CO2, resulting in the increase of the earth's temperature. No food and shelter to wildlife in the absence of trees. Plants and animals will not get food and shelter, so this disrupt the whole cycle of life, and gradually life might disappear from the land area of the earth. There will be more floods. The trees' roots help in holding the during rains and also is able to hold water. In the absence of trees, The soil will not hold water, which will cause floods. Deforestation endanger the environment. Continuous deforestation is threatening the different from including human beings. So that is necessary to think and set to conserve forest. Naturally, calamities like floods, cyclones, hail form more in the absence of trees and forests. People become homeless when such disaster occurs. So friends, that's all for today. Thank you. Let's meet in another video. Till that, goodbye. And friends, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. So if you subscribe, don't forget to press the bell icon. So friends, bye. Let's meet in another video.